Hey John, how are you?
Hey Rachel, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, of course. To start, I love that you are constantly kind of reinventing yourself in the movies, roles you take on, as well as your television work. And I think what makes Brett kind of stand out as a character in your filmography in particular is that he is at his core just like this guy who wants to be better in any kind of in every scene we get to see him in, especially in his marriage. And so for you, what was it like getting to bring a character like that to life when that is kind of so different from the filmography of yours that we've seen?
Well, thanks. I mean, look, obviously, I never want to repeat myself. I never, I always try to look for things that are different and to try to, forgive me for being hokey, but to paint with fresh colors. But I really feel that way. For me, you know, I believe so much in Ingenue. I got to work with her on King Richard. And then when I knew that she was going to be playing this role here, I just thought, the idea of being able to, play like that we were in a marriage. I just thought that that was such an unbelievable opportunity. And I just think so much about, a healthy marriage is really being in awe of the person that you're with. And I really felt that that was kind of the center of Brett's, the way that Brett looked at this bill. So I just there was a lot that I just thought was that really resonated with me, and there was a lot that I really identified with, and it was kind of a no brainer for me.
Yeah, and also you're working with Ava, who's such kind of a visionary director, and we know like when you're looking at one of her projects that you're just going to be in awe of it visually as well as within the storyline itself. And so for you, what was it like kind of getting to work with Ava as a director and get to like see how she kind of processes her stories?
Yeah, listen, this was a Herculean task, and I went down and I flew to Savannah to go sit down with Ava to really ask to be a part of this. I read the book and I was so blown away by it, and I really did not see any possible way up the mountain of taking this book, putting it into a script, and then making a movie about that. It's so dense, it's so unbelievably smart, and I was so blown away by just the how Ava wanted to do it, and that she was doing it. She's really doing it herself. And I think of these three women. I think of Isabel, who wrote this book, who wrote this just unbelievably smart and wise and sociologically thorough just book, and she did it in a way that was so singular and so unique. And then I look at Ava, who built this movie and built it herself and raised the money herself and wrote it herself and shot it herself and put it together kind of against all odds. And then I look at Ingenue and what she had to do to play this character and how much of herself she had to bring. And I loved, I believe in these three women so much, and I love being able to support them, and that's really who I think Brett was. So it was just very natural, and an honor to work with Ava. And I was really blown away, not only with what she did, but I was blown away with just the mission itself, and that she wanted to do it in the way in which she tackled it.
Yeah, and it's such a like fantastic movie. I love seeing it. So thank you so much for talking with me today. It's fitting I'm talking to you. I'm truly on my way to Washington D.C. to see a show. And I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to talk to Jon Bernthal on the day I'm on my way to DC.
Let's go, DC, kiss DC for me.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you.